Favorite worship song. I know you and Phil did an interview years ago saying it was Oceans at the time, but at this point, favorite worship song now, and maybe throwback song when you first got saved. Like, what was one of the ones that you really cling to early on?
100% now, and still is, even though it's a little dated, but it's eternal to me and it never gets old, is Corey Asbury. What's that song?
Reckless Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
We just did a beautiful meditation to that yesterday, which was crying just hearing it. You know, all you gotta do is play the song. And
Right. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And so one of the early ones, 100%, this was the one I walked in to the church on meth. It was Majesty.
Oh man.
Your grace is finally just
fine. Come on now. I can't sing.
Empty-handed and alive in your hands.
Delirious version?
I don't know. It was the church version. Whatever the church band was, they were rocking it. And they were, and yeah, I went and found it. I don't know what version it was, and I was coming off of meth, right? And once I got clean, I'm like, that sucks that the church is closed, you know, the rest of the week, because I would be there. And I'm like, wait, I got iTunes, I got Delirious, I got Majesty, I got all those. So I'm going to do 3 songs at home and then listen to a sermon from all these different preachers online. And I can do church every single day at home. I don't got to wait for their Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings.
Yeah. That's the beautiful thing. It was like, so for me, like, and I know it was similar for you, like when you got that baptism of the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
And that relationship with Christ, it kind of took the addiction to drugs, right? You got addicted with the Holy Spirit. And I remember telling my cousin, like, well, I went home and just flushed all my weed and stuff like that. And I was like, man, listen, we can pray and get in God's presence and feel that euphoria whenever. So when I was in the world, we used to go to people's houses with weed and stuff, and we'd match them. Hey, we got a joint. You got a joint? Yeah, I'll smoke one with mine. You know, you smoke one with you. And we'd go to random people's house and smoke. So when I got born again, we'd go to people's house and say, hey, y'all want to pray? And every like hangout, even like events where they were just wanting to watch a movie, a Christian hangout, we turned it into a prayer meeting, like revival everywhere we went. So that like dependency on drugs and to feel alive or to feel numb, whatever, was replaced with the beauty of the baptism and filling of the Holy Spirit. And like you said, you could put a song on and immediately be reminded. I got songs that I don't listen to because I know they're clutch songs that I can just put them on when I feel desperate or feel broken or feel alone or afraid, you know, whatever, that I can put that song on and instantly I can feel his presence and I'm reminded who I am in him and things, you know?
Bro, me too. I got certain songs where I will not play that much because I don't want them to feel old for me ever. I'm like, I'm going to save these. These are my precious ones. Maybe not for desperation, but just I don't want them, because I know my human nature, and my human nature, if I play them too much, will tell my brain will tell my soul that they're old, and I've listened to them thousands of times, and I don't want to lose that magic.
Yeah. One of mine is Going In Blind by P.O.D. I don't know if you've heard that one. Say it again.
Was that one of your songs early on?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I heard that song, you know, all of P.O.D.'s collection is like that for me, but that song specifically, Going In Blind by P.O.D., is one that, like, presence of God so strong, desperation, need you kind of thing. And anytime that I put that on,
it's alright not to feel again, just breathe again. Time after time, I walk the fine line. Something keeps bringing me back. Time after time.
love his lyrics, love Sonny's walk, man, for sure.
I got chills, bro.
Me too. I told you. Is that one of yours?
That is my top #1 P.O.D. song. So I'm with you.
So good.
Yep.
And they got a lot of top
#1
and there's a lot of good P.O.D. songs.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So
For sure, for sure. Any more
okay,
questions here? I'm trying to read through here.
What's your favorite song now?
By who?
Worship song.
Favorite worship song? I gotta go back to old songs, man. I gotta go back to old worship songs, and this was, I mean, like back in the 90s. He Knows My Name is a big one. I don't know if you know that one. Let me play you just a sample of it. But this one, like every time we do our Thursday night hangouts and stuff.
He knows my name. He knows my every thought. And he sees each tear that falls.
It's an old one.
And hears me when
I love the
That's
old
like
version.
83.
It sounds like it, right?
That's like 1983, yeah.
It's definitely 90s.
But,
yeah.
You know what's crazy? It's like, okay, if you were back when you were 17 and you're, okay, we're just going to make up a story. You're 17 and act like the internet was around back then, and you tune in to me and you talking about this stuff, and you play that song. So, because I know there's going to be people watching and they see it and they're just like, to them, it's like cheesy, like he knows my name. But then I want to talk about the spirit of truth again, because when you're filled with the spirit of truth and that stuff, all the old lies come out of you, that song right there carries power, because what it says is exactly the truth of the existence of the meaning of life. I love to say the meaning of life because that's it. He does know your name. He knows my name. He knows our thoughts before we say them. He knows when I'm going to stand up or sit down before I do it. He's so staggeringly amazing that spirit of truth brings that so that we can actually believe it. And I bet you people in the world, because I know it was me, it was like, oh, why would they believe that? We don't just believe that. It's revealed to us. That's the only reason why we would believe it, because it's given to us to believe it, right? It's crazy. And I just want people watching to understand that. This is not something that we're doing on our own. This is a gift given, and you just yield to it, and this gift can be given to you as well. That song got you.
Man. It's true, bro. He knows our name, bro. Just that. Take the hell stuff. Take the whole Bible, man. Just the fact that God knows our name, and he knows everything about us, like you just said. You just preach the gospel, and he still wants to hang out with us, you know.
And yeah, and he knows all of our names. Whoever's watching, Christian or not, he's like, he knows the number of hairs on your head. And me and TruthSeekah, man, we got a lot of hairs on our head. I bet you that'd be hard for him to count these, but he knows all of the numbers of heads or hairs on our head. And it's staggering. And it sounds too good to be true at first, but when you get the spirit of truth deposited into your soul and spirit, you are done. You're cooked, and you are given the meaning of life. And that's it. You're living in that joy and that peace and that contentment, man. Really, it's contentment, because it's like, it's all good now. For the rest of my days, it's all good. Whether I got good days or bad days, it's all good from now on.